Hi dears. Today I felt the urge to put out another video in regards of the topic I talked in my last video about how we can shift our realities, right? I feel like the urge to do that because it's very important. It's not only important for ourselves or for yourself, but it's as well important for the shift of the world, right? So I'm gonna approach this topic a little bit differently today, not from the perspective of spirituality, but from the perspective of quantum physics. Working as a medium, I could see literally how people are able to shift from one perspective to another by time, right? I could see it with myself. And to be honest, before I entered the spiritual world and approached and embraced my abilities as a medium, I was, or I still am, kind of a science nerd. This is why it's so interesting to me, because I can see how these two worlds are actually becoming more and more one, right? So, talking about shifting your reality from struggle or from negative things into positive and everything in between, because we're going back and forth all the time, right? So in quantum physics, they could prove, and they're still doing right now, tests and exams, how we can influence our reality. And they did it with, you can actually take anything, like a bubble of water or a tree, a plant, whatever. If you put that thing in front of yourself and you keep continuously telling or sending that thing negative thoughts, brutal feelings, hate, disgust, quantum physics could prove that this, what we are doing, how we talk to that thing, is actually really influencing that very thing. I found myself that very interesting, because it catches up with the theory in spirituality that actually everything is energy, and you on top, you can influence that energy. Everything is kind of neutral, and regarding of how you treat it, how you talk to it, how you think about it, it adapts what you are thinking and what you are feeling. This is so important to know, because if you want to shift your reality from one perspective to another one, it actually means, and quantum physics is that really cool thing that proves it, that the way you talk to yourself, the way you feel about yourself, the way you handle things in your life influences your reality. If you keep thinking, I can't do anything, I'm not able to do this or that, or I can't find, I don't know, a partner. I want to have kids, but it's not working. I want to have that job, but it's not working out. If you keep telling yourself it's not working, I'm not able, it actually literally influences your reality. This means human beings have the power within them to create, to form our reality and ourselves. this is where the ability comes into shift. If you keep talking negatively in one direction, things turn out negatively. If you talk positively in one direction, it will turn out positively, right? And everything in between. This is because in our atoms, we have electrons, we have neutrons, we have protons, right? And in between those little tiny things, there's space. Nothing but space. Actually, there's more space than things. And quantum physics have proven that this space is influenced only when in the moment we look at it. The moment we look at that space in an atom, it changes. So this means on top, if you are telling that space, that thing, whatever you think, whatever you feel, it influences that thing and becomes your reality. I give you an example. I think that will make it more or less clear, right? I was brought up in an environment that was very violent, physically, sexually, emotionally, and I got the perspective of myself that I have no worth. I have always to fight for love. I'm not able to make a living. I'm just surviving. That was a perspective I adapted from the people that brought me up. They were so violent towards myself. They were thinking like, I don't want to have that kid in my life. That kid is an evil kid. I'm gonna punch him right into the face. That kid has no worth, no value, no boundaries. I can do with that kid whatever I like to. It's my possession, right? So as an example, I told you in quantum physics, I was that thing, and my parents were talking to me, acting towards me, feeling about me in a way that I felt nothing worth. Like, in fact, I thought at the end, they don't even want me to be alive, right? So I was that thing they were talking to constantly, all the time. And as my atoms, my space within my atoms are capable to catch the reality of somebody else, because this space is able to be influenced, I caught their reality on me. But this reality they had about me is not my reality. It's just one possible reality. And being influenced, I caught their reality about me. I think that's so important to know how the human system works and how spirituality is able to help you to move in a new direction, right? So when I understood that I adapted a reality, I told myself, like, well, wait a minute. If I was taught that this and this is my reality, I actually can teach myself another reality, right? That was very interesting for me to discover, right? Very interesting. And so I threw myself into that. I told myself, okay, the way I feel about myself is only taught by somebody, because human beings are able to be influenced on a quantum physical level and on a spiritual level. But we have the power to influence, to talk to ourselves in another way, so we adapt a new reality. So now comes a very interesting point into this whole conversation. What kind of reality do you want to talk yourself into it? In what kind of state do you want to vibrate? Do you want to vibrate in a state where you feel low, where you feel incapable? Or do you want to vibrate in a state where you really feel good, where you feel that everything that happened in your life was not because it was your fault? It just was because the other persons couldn't teach you another reality. Do you want to vibrate in a state of mind where you feel capable, where you feel safe, where you feel you can go wherever you want, right? What do you want? I decided for myself, I want to have a love-based reality. A reality where I sense my love for myself, where I sense love for other persons, even if they're perpetrator, murderer, narcissist, psychopath. For those people, I have compassion because I know they're not capable to change their reality. But I am, and so are you, if the universe wanted you to see that video, right? I want to have a love-based reality. And in this reality, I'm trying my best to see not only the love in myself and the other people, because this is like what everybody always tells us, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Not only that, but to do things with love. To do the dishes, the washing with love. Not because I feel like I have to, because they told me dishes have to be clean, and I hated to do dishes. I'm telling you, like that was my task in my home when I was little, to clean up the kitchen, and I hated it so much. I hated it so much, Lord. And nowadays, because I was forced to, they told me like it has to be that way. And nowadays I discovered I want to have clean dishes because I love to eat from a clean platter. This is why I'm doing it. When I put myself to washing the dishes, I do it with patience. I'm doing it slow. I'm singing with it. I'm saying, yeah, okay. Clean it a little bit. Then next one. Do it out of love. Do things with love. How do you get up in the morning? Like the first thought that's coming to your mind, is it about today I have to do this, and then you get like overwhelmed, right? Or do you tell yourself, wait a minute, this is the glory morning, this is the holy minute for myself to tell myself, I am a miracle. I love myself. My life is created by love, by myself. How do you talk to yourself the minute you wake up? Or, everybody who is under 18, please tap your ears. How do you kiss somebody? How do you make love to somebody? Are you capable to open up your heart and feel the love that's coming? Are you capable to give that love? Are you capable not to judge yourself, not to shame yourself, not to blame yourself? Are you capable of giving a loving hug? If you want to change your reality, You have to change the way you talk to yourself. You have to change the way you act, the way you feel. Not by telling yourself you're doing something wrong, don't get me wrong, but by telling yourself, by discovering the love that is always there and always will be, and doing things out of love and with love. I love you very much. I hope I could serve you well, and I wish you well.